Alrighty, what's up, motherfuckers? Peter Gilmore here for my second and final video of the night. This time on Killer of Demons 669. Thank you all for watching. As always, make sure you like this video. Hit that subscribe button down below on this channel and all my jolly channels, which are down below in the description box. And friend me on Facebook. Friend me on Facebook. Follow me on Twitter and now Instagram at my Twitter and Instagram links down below in the description box, and share this video all over the internet. But most importantly, tap that bell and turn on all my notifications so you never ever miss an upload. So like, share the video, friend me on Facebook, follow me on Instagram and Twitter, and that's all I gotta say about that. Let's get the Instagram up to 100 by the end of this week. So follow me on Instagram and Twitter and spread the word. And that's all I got to say about that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, on this late Monday night, December the 14th, 2015, or if you're watching from somewhere else, it is now December the 15th, 2020. I'm getting a big snowstorm here late tomorrow night into all day Wednesday, into Thursday. It's going to be a mess. Yeah, good thing I don't have to work. I'm thankful for that. I'm very thankful for that. But I'm gonna be digging out most of the day on Wednesday and a little bit on Thursday. Well, maybe a little bit on Thursday, but I gotta go to the doctor, so I don't know if I'm gonna be able to go to the doctor on Thursday afternoon. Then I gotta work Thursday evening. That's gonna be a little pain in the ass, but but I'll get through it. And then the weekend's going to be a mess with all the slush and all the ice, and just not going to be good travel-wise. So I'm just going to be careful and maybe leave a little bit earlier than I normally do for work, and then just get home safely. And for all you people in the Northeast and the Mid-Atlantic states, batten down the hatches, because tomorrow night and most of Wednesday is going to be a mess, especially here. I think we're getting we're getting a blizzard. Getting, I think, 12 to 18 inches of snow. I don't even know if my job's gonna be open, but they will. They will. And yeah, it's supposed to be inventory day that day, so I don't think the truck could be coming that day. Probably be coming maybe the next day, or we're getting a huge truck on Saturday. Fortunately, I don't have to do that. But my managers and supervisors are going to be busy on Saturday, very busy. So hopefully we can get everything done by the weekend and start the cleanup and the eventual warm up and the melting process by Christmas. But then again, we probably get more snow by Christmas and New Year's, because this winter's going to be bad. And 2020 doesn't want to end. It just doesn't. Got 2 weeks left. It's just gonna go out like a fucking horse, or a lion, or whatever we want to call it. That's all I got to say about that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, as the title below says, before that, check out my latest rant on the PG Rants channel, the home of all things ranting. I did earlier today about Vince McMahon, the senile prick that he is, and how I talked a little bit about him sending Keith Lee back to the Performance Center for retraining, and he wants a serious side of Keith Lee. Oh, you really did well with that tonight. Really good, very good with that, Vince. Putting him against Miz and Morrison, and guess what? He loses. Great job, Vince. Very good. You should get a fucking award. And you're ruining Matt Riddle. And you're starting to ruin AJ. I mean, everybody's getting fucking ruined on that fucking show. Raw is just horrible. WWE is just fucking horrible. I mean, they just want to get through fucking TLC, get through the holidays, and then start 2021, you know, as they want to put it, with a good old-fashioned door cutter. Bang! This has just been the worst year in WWE hit with WWE/WWF history. One of the worst years, and I've been through the worst years in WWF history. Gone through the horrible early '90s, early to mid '90s, way before the Attitude Era, which basically saved the WWE. And I had to go through this crappy PG era, which John Cena ruined. Thank you. Now we're in the new, I don't know what era we're in the new reality era. And the last couple of years has just been fucking garbage. This company is garbage. It's going to pieces. It's going down. It's going down. Company's dead. This company is dead. And all it has for itself is NXT. That's the only saving grace for this fucking company is NXT. That's it. I mean, AEW won again in the ratings last week. Did another 900,000 views. I mean, NXT's barely getting 600,000 views now. 700, close to 700. I mean, they got Killer Cross back last week. That's good and dandy. Bolster their heavyweight division. They're trying to start 2021 with a good old-fashioned Gilmore cutter once again. Bang! With New Year's Evil going up against AEW's New Year's Smash Night 2. Because next week is Holiday Bash. What do they call it? Holiday Bash 2020. The week after that, the final Dynamite of the year, New Year's Smash Night 1. And the following week is Night 2. And I think the week after that is Beach Bash, or the week after that. And the December 23rd show is going to be preempted thanks to basketball on TNT. We don't know when AEW is going to be on next week. Could be on at 10:30. Could be on at 2 o'clock in the fucking morning. Nobody's going to watch that. I might, because I'm probably going to be up all night. This is the day before my birthday. So I might be up all night watching freaking AEW. I'm not gonna be bothered watching basketball. I'll probably just watch NXT. That's it. So NXT will probably win that week in the ratings war. So, from 8 to 10, I'll be watching NXT, and then I'll just be waiting for AEW to come on, whatever time that is. 10:30, 11, 12. Still gonna do the review. And that's pretty much all I got to say about that. So, yeah. So, check out the rant video down below in the description box. Give it a like, give it a thumbs up. Already almost 100 hits. It's gonna go up and up and up like my dick in your mama's ass. That's all I got to say about that. All right. Got my good buddy Chase in the chat. What's up, Chase? How are you? Thank you for joining. All right, let's get to this fucking review. I want to get this done and go to get some sleep. Not that I gotta do anything tomorrow. I'm off, so gonna get ready for the snowstorm on Wednesday. So, yes, it fucking sucks. That's all I can say about that. All right. I spent 10 minutes talking about shit. Let's get to the meaning of this video. And if you don't like it, well, fuck you, man. Do your irrelevant videos. You know who you are. So I'm not going to even say anything about that. All right. As the title below says, on this late Monday night, as always on Monday night. Sorry, I didn't do a I didn't do reviews last week except for my AEW review. I didn't do a Raw review. I talked a little bit about it on my AEW review, and I briefly talked a little bit about NXT, but I didn't do a SmackDown review. I was gonna do it today, but I'm just too fucking tired, and I'm still kind of getting over what the last few days just was it wasn't really feeling well, and had to go to the emergency room. Of course, it got really bad. I really had a really bad illness that I got over. No, not a long stay at the ER. Just maybe a half hour to about an hour. I was there. They drugged me up, and then they told me to go home. But I gotta start laying off the soda, even though I had a ton of soda today. But now I'm gonna drink all H2O. So it's hard to kick something that you love, and I love soda. So, but now I'm gonna have to start drinking agua. I gotta drink water, juice. I can have like apple juice, orange juice, Gatorade to an extent, but I gotta lay off that. So yeah, so I might have to go on a special diet. But so I'm a mess, but I'm okay. I'll be fine. And then my mother was in the ER, and she got sick, and thankfully she's fine. So thank you for all your prayers and concern on my social media accounts, and that's pretty much all I can say about that. All right, on this late Monday night, it is time, ladies and gentlemen, for your late night Monday night Raw review for December the 14th, 2020, from the new Thunderdome in Tampa, Florida, at the Tropicana Field in Tampa, Florida. The first Raw in Tropicana Field. We saw SmackDown debut at Tropicana Field this past Friday, and SmackDown is going to be on FS1 this Friday. So for you people that don't have the channel, you're fucked. I mean, I'll be working, so I have to come home later and watch it on the stream, but it is what it is. So SmackDown will be not on Fox this week. It'll be on FS1, and then next week's AEW will be preempted till whatever time basketball ends, because I think they have a 7:30 game. I don't know who, and I don't really care. So whatever time that game ends, and probably if they do a post show, which they probably will. So that means the game ends at 10. The pre-show will be probably finish up at like 11. So AEW probably be on 11, between 11 and 12. This fucking sucks. And that's gonna be a fucking problem for AEW, and over the next couple months, from January and February, there's gonna be a lot of preempted AEW dynamites. It's just gonna be a fucking mess. But we've been through this with the WWE on the USA Network when they had that fucking dog show. Remember back in the 90s when they had the dog show? And we had to get taped Raws like at 10, 11 o'clock? And how bad they were? Good Lord. I think we don't have that no more on the USA Network. But, AEW is going to be preempted most of next year with basketball and the playoffs, and going into the next fall with the baseball playoffs. Well, not the baseball playoffs per se. When next basketball season, whenever that starts, probably be I think this season is a 60. How many games this year? 60. I think it's a 60-something game season. So they'll probably end about April. I would say maybe March or April. So like the NBA playoffs will probably be done probably around May or something. Around May. I would say about May. Then you got training camp, and then the next season probably start. When it usually starts in October or early November. Yeah. That's that. All right. So let's get the before we get the Monday Night Raw. All right, we got Chase in the chat. Is it me, or does Vince McMahon get look like he got plastic surgery when we saw him at the Survivor Series? Oh, he looks really, really different. I mean, his face is getting old. I mean, he looks like he's 75 years old. I mean, his face has just changed dramatically from when we used to see him. But he's getting up there in age. I think he's like 74, 75. Still jacked like a motherfucker. Steroids, brother! But, yeah. Just signs of old age. I mean, look at Ozzy. I mean, Ozzy's showing his age. He's 72 years old. He had the gray hair, the silverback look, as he called it. Oh, son, I got gray hair, Shannon. And then he had the gray hair, the silver hair, and then he changed it back to his normal hair, which black and red or whatever it is now. And Ozzy's aged. He's changed. I mean, many others, that are up there in their 60s and 70s and 80s, they've changed. But yeah, Vince McMahon, Vince is getting old, but doesn't have much time left. Dude looks like he has fucking Alzheimer's. Well, he's something wrong with him. There is something wrong. He doesn't have that swagger, walking like, he's got a purpose or anything. I mean, he's walked slow to the ring. He can't do his, his Vince McMahonisms or Vince McMahonisms anymore. He can't do Monday Night Raw. Or say shut up. Stuff like that. Can't do it anymore. When you get up there in age, you can't do a lot of things. I mean, I'm gonna be 44 next week. I'm fucking breaking down in age. I'm fucking broken. I'm like Matt Hardy. Broken, yes. I think I need to be dunked into the river of reincarnation. But I digress. I'm old. I'm fucking old. I'm like in my mid-40s right now. I don't look it. I mean, I look like I'm 27, 28. I still look sexier than you, motherfuckers. It is what it is. I get all the ladies, so I still do. I get more followers than you and more friends than you. And I still got more money than you wish you fucking had. Just saying. All right, let's get into Monday Night Raw. That's not bullshit anymore. All right. So Monday Night Raw tonight, the go-home show before this Sunday's Tables, Ladders, and Cars. I mean, not Tables, Ladders, and Crap pay-per-view, which is gonna suck. But then again, it could shock us. I mean, it is what it is. Card doesn't look that great. But, it's the end of the year. WWE just wants to get this fucking year done. Done. You just want to get it out of the way. Start hype. Get through the holidays, and then come out 2021 start the road to the Royal Rumble. Who knows if there's going to be actual fans there? I mean, the setup. I mean, the setup for the new Thunderdome. I mean, it's fucking bigger than the Amway Center. We all know that. It's in a fucking stadium. I mean, there's lots more LED screens with the fans. The stage is, I think, it's like in the middle of the fucking the middle to near the back of the or near home plate, I think. I mean, it's huge, huge. You know, but that's gonna be the new home for Raw and SmackDown till after WrestleMania, whenever that is. Still don't know the date of WrestleMania. Supposedly it's March the 28th. They want to push it back to April the 12th, or the April the 11th, or the April, I think, or the 18th, somewhere mid-April. With or without fans, we still don't know. With this fucking virus still going around. You know, they got the vaccines already out. The hospital workers and first responders got it today. It's all fine and dandy, but there's already side effects of this fucking thing. Already side effects. But that's with every vaccine, but it is what it is. So we don't know how effective this thing's going to be in the next 3 to 4 months. By the spring, we don't know if this gonna work. There's gonna be other vaccines coming out with Moderna and other companies shipping out the vaccines, their brand of vaccines to pharmacies and hospitals. But there's still gonna be a lot of cases coming out. This thing's not gonna end. This thing's not gonna end. I mean, it's gonna be with us probably for the foreseeable future. I would say the next 5-10 years. So, gotta deal with it. That's that. All right. So Monday Night Raw tonight was horrible, fucking horrible. As all go home shows are, it was just horrible, and there was some storyline progression. We saw Randy Orton and his monotonous voice, and Bray Wyatt have an altercation. They got heated, if you know what I mean. We had the phenomenal one, Mr. AJ Styles, and his good buddy, the Black Diesel, almost taking on Sheamus fella. We had a Ascension, not the Ascension, whatever they are. Ascension ceremony for the match between AJ and Drew McIntyre. As well, near the end of the show, we had a 6-man tag team match with Jeff Hardy, dude, and the New Day, taking on the Hurt Business. We had that. We had MVP and Matt Riddle. Horrible. We had Lana and Nia Jax. That didn't end well. I'll get to that in a little bit. We had Retribution member Mace or Dio Madden take on Ricochet. See, Retribution can get some retribution on Ricochet. And that's pretty much it. So we start off Monday Night Raw with the dirt sheet. We had our good buddy, Mr. Money in the Bank, The Miz, in the middle of the ring. And he's going to read us a little bit of story time with The Miz. No, not story time with Adam Cole, baby, which is much more better. So we had Miz read us a story. Even though when he opened the book, you saw nothing. Blank pieces of paper. Good job there, WWE, using a prop. Anyway, so he reads us The Nightmare Before TLC, and this story was a fucking nightmare. So he talks about AJ Styles. We get a spotlight on AJ, and then AJ's like, "Oh, don't forget about my friend, my big black friend Diesel." So we get a spotlight on Omos or Jordan. But Miz is like, we don't want to talk about him. So he snaps his fingers and the spotlight goes out. So then he tells us this horrible poetry story. And, say AJ's going to climb a ladder. He's going to get the belt. He's going to use a chair. He's going to use a ladder. This and that. Then he talks about Drew McIntyre. And then we see a spotlight on John Morrison dressed up as Mel Gibson from Braveheart. Nobody would take my freedom. I can't say it, but it's in full freaking Braveheart gear with a horrible wig. So then we get some theater with Miz talking about AJ's gonna use a chair, so he picks up the chair and fake hits Morrison in the back with it. Then he slams his head, and then he fake slams his head into the table, and then the ladder. But then Miz is talking about, Drew might get his trusty sword. So he takes out a fake sword, and he tries to. They have like a fake duel, and AJ takes the fake sword and fake stabs Morrison with it in the middle of the ring. Bad acting, horrible fucking overacting, and Miz is like, "Guys, you're overdoing it. Fucking stupid." So they do that, and then Miz ends the story with him saying that he's gonna cash in on AJ and take the title from him, and then AJ's like, "What? That's not in the story. That's not the story I gave you." So the house lights go on. Miz and Morrison and AJ are arguing about making the ending of the story much better. And then, thankfully, to save this fucking segment from utter destruction, Sheamus fella comes out. And he says the community performance was slightly entertaining, but he just wants to fight with his fists because he's a fighter. He's an Irish fighter. Mickey was an Irish fighter. So AJ says if Sheamus won't be part of the solution, then maybe he's part of the problem. So Sheamus thinks about it and says, "Well, I prefer to be part of the problem." So AJ kind of backs up and says, "We don't have to do this now. We're going to do this later." So then he backs up near a Christmas tree. And then he throws the Christmas tree at freaking Sheamus. And I like how Tom Phillips is like, "Who throws a Christmas tree?" Took the words right out of my mouth. So, and then Sheamus picks up a gift and throws it at AJ, knocks him out. I mean, what was in that gift? Jesus Christ, was it like a brick in that fucking thing? Knocks AJ out, and that thankfully ends this horrible fucking segment. And that's all I gotta say about that. So I gave this segment 2.255 stars. So. And instead of getting the match later, we get the match right after the break. So we get to the match. Match was Sheamus starts off beating the crap out of AJ. Drives a knee into the chest, and then a knee drop gets a 1 count. Lifts AJ, backs him in the corner, hits some right hands to the gut. AJ comes back, sends Sheamus into the corner, and hits some shoulder thrusts. Tries to whip Sheamus, but Sheamus reverses it and sends AJ into the corner chest first. Ow. And then Sheamus looks down on Omos and just stares him down. Like, Omos is like, "Look at me, fool." Omos could have went full Debo. Rest in peace to Zeus. Tiny Timmy Lister. I'm going to do a video tomorrow about that. I meant to do it today, but is what it is. Well, I'll do that. I'll talk about it tomorrow. He could have went full Zeus. Like, That's motherfucking bike. You know. Anyway, so they have a stare down, and then Sheamus goes back to work on AJ, and AJ comes back kicking the hamstring of Sheamus, then kicks him again. AJ with an uppercut, whips Sheamus. Sheamus reverses it. AJ hops over his back, hits the ropes, and then we get a big back body drop from Sheamus. But AJ comes back, locking Sheamus up on the ropes, starts kicking him. Referee has to back him up. They send Sheamus to the outside. Referee starts to count. He gets to 7. Sheamus hops on the apron, gets in the ring. AJ goes for a suplex. Sheamus reverses it, tossing AJ across the ring. And Sheamus goes back in control. And Sheamus goes to the outside, starts clubbing on the back of AJ and sits on his shoulders. Looks for a powerbomb, but Owens grabs AJ, takes him off his shoulders, and they have another stare down as we go to commercial. And we come back, as always. The heel comes back doing the break. AJ works on the leg, starts weakening the leg of Sheamus. Sheamus tries to go for the ropes. AJ decides to drive some elbows into the chest. Sheamus goes to the apron, grabbing his leg. AJ continues to go to work. And they go back and forth a little bit. AJ continues to work on a knee, and he's relentless. And AJ pulls Sheamus up, whips him to the corner. Sheamus reversed it. He hits the Irish curse onto the bad knee. That's a bad idea. Then he starts to go to work on AJ. Hits a fallaway slam. Then a kick it out of the corner. Then a running knee for a near fall. Sheamus runs, but AJ holds the ropes. Sheamus rolls to the outside. Once again, stares at the big black diesel. Gets back on the apron. Sheamus blocks a right hand. Then does the 10 clubbing blows of doom on AJ's chest. Goes to the top rope, hits a flying clothesline for a near fall. Then he lifts AJ with a fireman's carry. AJ gets out of it, rolls behind Sheamus, locks the leg, tries for the calf crusher, locks it in. Sheamus is screaming in pain, reaching for the ropes. He gets to the ropes, breaks the hold. AJ picks Sheamus up, looks for the clash, but Sheamus lifts him and hits white noise for a near fall. Then he hobbles over to the corner, hits a big right hand, lifts him again with a fireman's carry. Sheamus climbs the corner looking for a super white noise. He struggles, makes it to the second rope. AJ comes off, clips the leg, and then he stacks up Sheamus right in the corner. I thought he was going to use the ropes for leverage, but he didn't. So AJ gets the 1, 2, 3. He picks up the win, and he's on a roll right now. The guy's on a roll, and we'll see what happens on Sunday in his TLC match with Drew McIntyre. And a good possibility that AJ might win the belt on Sunday for the 3rd time. Don't know if Miz will cash in, but I think if Drew does win, I think we might see a Miz cash in probably fail. But I really don't think Miz is gonna get the belt. I just don't think he's gonna win it. But that's all I gotta say about that. And gonna be another failed cash in for the Miz. I mean, really, do we want to see the Miz with the WWE title? Not really. I mean, I don't. But I mean, he is the face of the USA Network with the season finale of Miz and Mrs. this Thursday night, 10:30 p.m. Eastern time on the USA Network. Don't forget to watch that. It is what it is. And that's it. So AJ picks up the win. Match gave 2.25 out of 5 stars. That was that. Not a bad match. That was that. Afterwards, AJ and the big black diesel talk some smack outside. Sheamus reaches through the ropes and pulls on AJ's soccer mom hair. And then almost pulls Sheamus down, locking his legs in the ropes. AJ goes to town on him, beating the crap out of him. And then he tells Omos to grab a chair. So Omos like, I got you, son. I got you, player. So grabs a chair, gives it to AJ. AJ takes the chair, starts wailing on Sheamus in the ribs, and hit a chair shot to the knee, and then he starts working on the lower midsection. He had to hit Sheamus in the dick. 3 times with the chair. Really. In the dick, which I like to do to a lot of people. Slam a chair or fucking, barbed wire bat in the all these fucking trolls' dicks. But I digress. Because they deserve it. Deserve to get kicked repeatedly in the dick. Because they have really, most of them have no dicks anyway. They act like dicks, but they have none. But it is what it is. And no, I'm not homosexual for saying that. Fucking idiots. That's all I gotta say about that. And then the referees come down to try to stop AJ. That doesn't work. AJ continues to slam the chair into Sheamus's dick. Now he's gonna have a sore dick for a while. That's all I gotta say about that. No sign of Drew McIntyre. So he's a good friend indeed. So I gave all that. I gave the Aftermath 2.5 out of 5 stars, and that's pretty much it. So we'll see what happens on Sunday with AJ and Drew McIntyre. We're gonna see what happens later with the Ascension ceremony. So Drew can maybe get some revenge on his buddy Sheamus. But we'll see what happens with that, and we move on. All right, then we go backstage. We see the Hurt Business coming into the stadium or the arena, whatever you want to call it. They're in. They walk by catering, where we see a crew member eating a donut, or I'm sorry, bro nut, and wearing a original bro hat. So they come up to him and it's like, "What are you doing?" And the guy's like, "I'm eating a donut. A bro nut. Would you like some?" So, MVP, and company don't like that. So he says he found the hat next to a box of bro nuts. So they start shoving him around. They start messing with him a little bit. Then Lashley grabs him and says, "You know what's good with donuts?" And then he pours some milk over the guy's head, messes up his pretty tailor-made suit. So that was that. So Milkomania running wild. Now all we needed was Kurt Angle to go like, "Yeah!" Drink some milk. That's all we needed was a milk truck and Kurt Angle spraying down Stephanie McMahon and Stone Cold Steve Austin. The $1 billion princess is now a Dairy Queen. Milkomania running wild. JR. That's what we need. Anyway, so then Sarah Schreiber comes in, looking pretty beautiful in that red semi polka dot dress. She's like, comes up to them. The Hurt Business sees her, and then she's like, "Never mind." But then they're like, "Get over here." So MVP's like, "Sarah, come over here. Come over here. Let's talk." So she asks MVP about his match coming up with Matt Riddle. MVP says Riddle can't even form a single coherent sentence. That's true, because Matt Riddle is fucking high as a kite. He smokes that weed. But he's not higher than Rob Van Dam, who looks completely different now. Oh boy. He still has a hot as fuck girlfriend. Oh God. God bless Rob Van Dam. He's banging Katie Forbes' ass. Good Lord. I wish I was him, but I'm not. So MVP says Riddle is a tremendous athlete, but he's dumb. And he says what Sarah should be asking is about the unstoppable team of Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alexander, who was in the New Day, limping into TLC ahead of their tag team title match on Sunday. So we'll see what happens with that. So that was what it was, and I gave that 2.25 out of 5 stars. So we'll see what happens with the Hurt Business and the New Day and Jeff Hardy and Matt Riddle a little bit later on. Speaking of Mr. Matt Riddle, we go to the gorilla position where we see the New Day and Jeff Hardy talk a little bit. The original Bro comes up to them, and Jeff Hardy's like, I don't want to hear about your fucking ideas. Xavier Woods talks about Matt Riddle's like, your idea for a riddle me this game show is not gonna work. So he's like, okay, I got a better idea. It's like, he talks about Big E and how they all miss him. So he's thinking that if he's thinking Jeff teams with the New Day, and he is in that he's in that corner as Bro E. No, not Broly from Dragon Ball Super. Bro E. I got it. Ladies and gentlemen, grab your Book of Doom, and on the count of 3, do what I do. 1, 2, 3. Really? Bro E. Oh, and Vince supposedly likes Riddle now. That's why he's feeding him stupid lines. Stupid lines from Riddle. I mean, really? It wasn't like this in PWG or in Evolve. I mean, barely even said anything funny in the indies, and now, I mean, when it was with Pete Dunne, when the stupid, the Stallions, and him going, him acting like a complete buffoon, and Pete Dunne's not giving 2 fucks. Then he goes to the main roster, continues to act like a complete buffoon. Uses the AJ Styles on SmackDown when he should have really didn't. He gets a fucking title shot right away. Loses that match. Then he gets put in a stupid thing with Baron Corbin Corbin. That didn't work. Then he gets drafted to Raw. And ever since he's been on Raw, they just fucking misused him, and he's making gay jokes and talking about Skipper and Bro Lee, and calling Sheamus what do you call him, Fireface. And they still won the fucking Survivor Series. God damn. This company fucking sucks. But I digress. That's all I gotta say about that fucking shit. So they go out for the match, and I gave that segment 2 out of 5 stars. That was that. So we go to the ring with I lost my spot. Okay, now I'm back. So we get to match number 2. A 6-man tag team match. We get the New Day of Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods and Jeff Hardy, dude, taking on the Hurt Business of Cedric Alexander, Shelton Benjamin, and the CHO of the Hurt Business. That's Chief Hurt Officer, Mr. Bobby Lashley, the United States Champion. So we get to the match, and we had Mr. Matt Riddle at ringside, not doing anything. So we get to the match. Match was It's also with Xavier Woods and Bobby Lashley. Lashley tries for the Hurt Lock right away. Woods escapes, goes for a side headlock, hits the ropes. Lashley hits a shoulder tackle on Xavier Woods. Tags into Kofi. Lashley beats the crap out of Kofi. And then Cedric Alexander tags himself in. He's like, I'm going to do this myself. And they go at it. And Cedric gets a monkey toss by Kofi. Kofi tags in Jeff Hardy, dude. And goes over and starts to work over the left arm. Cedric comes back, kicks Jeff, tags in Shelton. So they're going to work on Shelton for a little bit. But Jeff comes back, hits a sling blade, tries for the twist of fate. Shelton blocks it. He runs. Jeff sends him to the outside. Jeff sends Lashley off the apron. And then Cedric comes in. Kofi comes in, hits a drop kick. Riddle hops on the apron, and Xavier Woods grabs his trombone, and he goes, grr, grr, grr. Plays his little ditty on the trombone. I thought I needed to hear that, but it is what it is. As we go to break, we come back. Shelton is giving Kofi the business in the corner. Not like that. Kofi comes back, hits the ropes, and hits a couple of hard clotheslines. Then hits the boot drop. Looks for trouble in paradise, but Lashley grabs him from the apron, brings him to the outside. The referee's distracted. Shelton rolls out, tosses Kofi back in the ring, covers him for a near fall. So they're going to work on Kofi, get some more near falls out of that. Then Lashley comes in, starts beating up Kofi. Shelton comes back in, Cedric comes back in. They're going to work on Kofi for a while. Eventually, Kofi comes back with a single leg stomp to the head, taxing Jeff Hardy, sends Shelton into the ropes, hits a right to the head, leg drop to the you know what, and the usual stuff from Jeff Hardy, gets a near fall out of that. Then he whips Shelton. Shelton tags in Cedric. Cedric hits a knee to face for a near fall. And then MVP's like, do it again! So he covers him for another near fall. So they go at it. Jeff comes back with a side Russian leg sweep for a near fall. As Shelton comes in to break up the pin, even though it looked kind of, looked like Cedric kind of went, whoops! And then Shelton kicked him. And then Lashley comes in with a flatliner. Kofi gets Lashley to the outside. He hits the ropes, and he flies to the outside. Xavier Woods is next, but Lashley catches him, drives him into the barricade, and then basically almost kills Kofi with a big clothesline. Jeff hits a baseball slide to Lashley. We get a roll-up from Cedric for a near fall. And then he tries again, gets another near fall. Tries for a backslide, gets a near fall. So Cedric's going fast and furious. Then he locks up Jeff Hardy from behind with a waist lock, gets reversed. Backs him into the ropes, Lashley with the blind tag. Jeff with a twist of fate to Cedric. Lashley comes in, lifts Jeff, tries for the hurt lock. Jeff escapes into the corner. Lashley tries to run at Jeff. Jeff moved, and Lashley hit the ring post very hard. Jeff goes to the top looking for Whisper in the wind, but Cedric trips him up and knocks him to the apron, not to the apron, to the canvas. Lashley picks up Jeff and locks in the full Nelson, the hurt lock, and Jeff had no other choice but to tap out. So the Hurt Business pick up the win. They're on a roll. Match was all right. Gave it 2.25 out of 5 stars. And we'll see what happens this Sunday with Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alexander taking on Kofi and Xavier Woods for the tag team belts. I think we're gonna see a new tag team champions this Sunday. I think Shelton and Cedric will get the belts, and they'll have more gold in their little stable. As Bobby Lashley still the United States champion. He hardly defends that belt. Is what it is. The value to that damn belt. The same thing with the Intercontinental belt. I mean, we haven't really seen what's his name up, Sami Zayn defend that belt, but their secondary belts don't mean crap. Kind of like the tag belts and the women's tag team belts don't mean crap. Just mainly focus on the 2 world titles. Really, there should be 1 world title, but that's just me. And that's all I can say about that. And we move on. All right, now we go backstage, or really to the gorilla position, where we see the lovely Lana, and she's backstage with my first wife, the one and only women's champion, Asuka. Nobody is ready for Asuka except Dick. That's all I can say about that. So she's motivating Lana, saying that you can do it, you can beat Nia Jax. Lana's like, I'm scared. I'm big. Nia Jax is gonna botch and break my freaking face. I mean, really, Lana? Come on. Show some balls, man. I mean, you don't have balls, but I mean, show some fucking balls. Asuka's like, you are the bravest person in the world. Now go out there and beat Nia Jax. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna beat Nia Jax. Yes. So we get that. So I give that 2 out of 5 stars. Then we get to the match, and match was terrible. Basically, Nia's beating the living crap out of her. Nana's trying to punch Nia in her stomach. Basically does nothing. Because, Nia Jax is fat! Son of a bitch is fucking fat! But it is what it is. Nia picks her up, looking for the Samoan drop. Lana switches position and gets on top of her and hits a Hurricane Rana into the corner, stunning the big woman. Then she hits a swinging kick to the head. And then Lana goes top rope. Nia gets up, hits a headbutt. Then she climbs up the corner, gets on her shoulders, looking for a Super Samoan drop, basically trying to kill Lana. Nia almost falls on her ass because she's fat. Lana gets out of it, slides down, tries for a power bomb. Like that's gonna work. Nia won't let go, so Nia kicks the legs out, and Nia's hung up on the ropes, and then Lana goes hits a I don't know what it was. She hits a stomp to Nia, then she stacks her up in the corner. 1, 2, 3. Lana picks up the win. I knew that was gonna happen. I knew Lana was gonna win, obviously. So Lana picks up a shocking win. The commentator's like, the impossible has happened. Oh my god. Overselling, overemphasizing it. Whatever. So Lana gets the win. Match gave 1.5 out of 5 stars. Blah 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 blah. So then we go backstage. We see Asuka's all happy. She's like, yes, I'm happy. Yeah, you did it. And then Shayna Baszler comes behind, throws her into the wall, knocking her out. And then we go back to the ring. Nia Jax is beating the living crap out of Lana. Hits a big leg drop. And then Shayna runs down. And Nia picks up Lana's arm, and then Shayna Baszler, as she does with that arm, slams on the freaking elbow, breaking her fucking elbow. I think I don't know. Lana's crying, bitch. And then Nia hits the ropes, hits a leg drop, and then onto the foot as Shayna starts stomping on the foot. Then Nia with a leg drop, then another one. And then finally, Asuka comes out to save the day. Pulls Shayna out of the ring, hits a code breaker to Nia. Then the running ass attack to Shayna. And then a running shining wizard to Nia. And then Shayna and Nia leave up the ramp. Their job is done. Asuka checks on Lana, who's still crying like a bitch. And now reports are Lana is now out of TLC because I think she has a broken arm and a fucked up leg. So now Asuka has to look for a new partner, whoever that might be, but I'll talk about that in a little bit. So Lana's out of TLC, and Asuka's going to have to look for another partner. And sadly, it won't be Kairi Sane or Io. Damn! Could have been a perfect time to bring up Io. No, try to reform this. Form a team with Io and Asuka, like maybe a new Kabuki Warriors, or maybe the Empress and the Wizard of the Skies, whatever they call Io. Could have went for the tag team belts, won the tag team belts, going on a nice long run with it. Eventually, Io's gonna lose that NXT Women's title, probably to Toni Storm or Ember Moon, probably at New Year's Evil. They could have make them tag team champions, going on a nice long run with belts, maybe 6-month run at least. But those belts never get defended. Go on a nice long run with it, and then eventually they lose to whoever, maybe Mandy and when Mandy comes back and Dana Brooke. That's the only women's tag team left. Sad, but not gonna do it. So we'll see who Asuka picks as her partner. Probably find out later this week, or by the time the pay-per-view starts on Sunday, and that's that. So I gave the Aftermath 2.25, 2 out of 5 stars. Excuse me, and that's that. And we move on. All right. Then we go to commercial. We come back. We hear the strumming of the electric guitar, and it's time for our good buddy Elias. He's in the ring. So he says, "My name is Elias, and this is Jason Riker, otherwise known as Gunner." So Jason Riker's back on TV after his hiatus. They broke up. The Forgotten Sons, and now Cutler and what's his name? And what the guy name? Steve Cutler and Wesley Blake are now part of Baron Corbin's group, known now as the Knights of the Lone Wolf. Stupid name. I mean, it would have been better if it was just Knights of the Round Table, but it is what it is. So we'll see how they do in their feud with the Mysterios and Murphy coming up this Friday night. So Riker's just standing there with a mic. Elias talks about his match with Jeff Hardy, the Sin Destruction. He talks about getting electrocuted, and he says a normal man would have been dead, but he's no ordinary man. He says when he got electrocuted, he saw a blinding light, and he was baptized in lightning, and he had visions of his purpose and of Jason Riker, a man that knows the universal truth. So Gunner says Elias's music has changed him. He's been reborn. He got thrown into the lake of reincarnation, and he came back the same. So he calls Elias a visionary man, and he's been interrupted, disrespected, and attacked for far too long, and he's here to stop that. So Elias is about to sing a song dedicated to Lana, but he gets interrupted by our good friend R-Truth. He's like, I don't mean to interrupt. I just want to apologize for interrupting you on main event. So Elias like, you're interrupting me now, you idiot. So Truth's like, I don't mean to interrupt. So Elias like, well, I'm gonna finish my song, whether you like it or not. So he starts to play again, and then the Job Squad, the 24/7 Job Squad, come out looking for his belt. So get some wrestling. They get thrown out to the outside, so beating up Truth on the outside, and then Eric throws, I think it was Gramatalik in. Riker throws him out, just buries him. Then he tosses Akira Tozawa on everybody. Then he hits a choke powerbomb to Gramatalik, lays him out, and that ends the segment. That's that. Pointless, but just basically pointless. That's that. I mean, can we ever get an Elias segment where he actually plays the goddamn song? I'm not talking about him playing Amen. That whole performance he did when he was promoting his album, which you should get now on Spotify and Apple Music. But I mean, really, I like to hear Elias play the guitar because he's pretty good on guitar, and he's got some good stuff. His music is pretty good. It's life-changing. Can I get an amen, brother? That's all I got to say about that. So we'll see what happens with Elias and Gunner in the coming weeks and see what happens with that. So I gave that whole segment 2 out of 5 stars. And that's that. And we move on. All right, we got a newcomer in the chat, D-Naz, or Dnaz. I don't know how you say that, but it is what it is. So welcome. He says, Keith Lee definitely turning heel to feud with Drew. That's a possibility. That could possibly happen maybe by WrestleMania, but I think that now that Vince is sending him back down the fucking performance center because he needs to learn how to wrestle and be more serious. I thought, they were gonna start the program with him and Bobby Lashley over the United States title, and he was gonna win the United States title, go on a nice little run with it. But yeah, that may or may not change. I don't know. But maybe this new change could play out, and Keith Lee does turn on Drew. It could probably happen this Sunday. Who knows? But if Vince wants him to be more serious, well, why not turn him heel? Have him attack Drew on Sunday, and then you have the Drew McIntyre Keith Lee story that'll probably go on for a couple weeks, maybe culminate at the Royal Rumble or the February pay-per-view. I would have Keith Lee win the feud. We all know Drew's gonna win that. But I would have Keith Lee turn heel. I agree with you. I would have Keith Lee turn heel, go after the big guy on Raw. Try to go after me, or if Drew still holds the belt on Sunday. Put him in a program with Drew for the WWE title. I don't know if he's gonna win the belt. I don't know if they're gonna give him the belt. I hope they do, but I don't think he's going to win the belt. But we'll see. But I do agree with you, D-Naz, that he should turn heel. I mean, it may resurrect his career, but we'll see. And that's that. And we'll see clean in just a second. That's that. All right. After that, we go backstage. We get Miz and Morrison. Hey, ho ho. They're talking strategy backstage before their handicap match against Keith Lee. And speaking of Keith Lee, he comes over and says, "Here's an idea. So I'm gonna flip a coin, and I'm gonna see which one I get the kick. Which one of you I get the kick. I get the kick in the head first." So Miz calls heads and lands on heads. He's like, "Congratulations, you both won, but that's the only thing you're gonna win." So that was that. That was supposed to be a serious promo from Keith Lee. Vince, Bruce, you want to make him serious? That's not the way to do it. That's that. So I give that 2 out of 5 stars. So we get the match number 4, handicap match. Keith Lee taking on the Miz and Morrison. Nothing great. It's also with Morrison and Lee to start. Morrison tries to basically kill Keith Lee, but Lee decides to jump and hit a spin kick because he's Keith fucking Lee. Miz comes in, gets hit with a belly-to-belly, sends him to the outside. Morrison hits a knee strike, which stuns the big man. So they go to work a little bit on Keith Lee. Lee shows Morrison. Then he press slams him down on the mat as we go to commercial. He also hits a big-time pounce, period, on Morrison, completely flying. We come back from break. Keith Lee's kicking some ass up on both men. Sends Miz and Morrison in the corner. Morrison hits some hands. Miz with a clothesline, and then a big high kick from Morrison. Gets a 1 count. Back on Keith Lee. They try to lift Lee and drop him on the knees. Miz hits the Miz DDT. Morrison hits a standing shooting star press run near fall. They send him into the ropes. Lee holds on. He sends Miz over the top. Then Morrison, but John lands on his feet. He kicks at the big man. Another one. Then Keith Lee comes back with the double top of doom. Then he grabs Morrison, suplexes him back in the ring. But Miz pulls the legs out, and Morrison pins him for a near fall. And then Miz grabs the leg, pulls back with a submission. Lee sends Miz away. Morrison stomps. Lee's able to get to his feet and suplex both men. Hits a clothesline to Miz, one for Morrison. Hits a big splash in the corner, then another one. Then he tosses Morrison into the Miz. Then he lifts Morrison, swings him into the Miz, goes for the spirit bomb, but Morrison comes off the ropes with a disaster kick, and Miz with a kick, another one from Morrison, knocking Keith Lee down, and then they double pile onto Keith Lee. 1, 2, 3, they get the win, and more burial to Keith freaking Lee. So they get the win. Match was corny. I gave it 2 out of 5 stars, and that's it. So. Back to the Performance Center for Keith Lee. Boy. I mean, really, they want to wrestle. Really, if Vince really likes Keith Lee, supposedly, as he says, he wants to make him this big star, turn him heel. Really. Well, let him go back to fucking NXT. Because he's going nowhere on Monday Night Raw. He's going nowhere. That's all I got to say about that. So great experiment there, Bruce. Good, and Vince. Keep it up. Keep burying him. Because he's going to get sick of it. The next destination is AEW or Impact or Japan. Get sick of it and want to leave. Like most of the roster wants to do. They don't want to work for your fucking ass. I don't blame them either. And I even went on Aleister Black's Instagram and I told him, it's like, you should leave. They're doing nothing with you. Freaking leave. Ask for your fucking release. Get the hell out of there. Go to Japan. Go to Impact. Go to Ring of Honor. Or go to AEW. They'll be treated better. You'll be treated better, way better. Now go back to your original name, Tommy End. And bring freaking Selena, bring your wife with you. Bring Thea Trinidad over with you. Put her in the women's division in whatever company they go to, except for Japan, because Japan has no women's division. It is what it is. You know, they can put Aleister Black in the Bullet Club. It could work. But then again, you might have a problem with Pieter and Thea Trinidad. You know, who's the hottest? But we all know Thea. You know, I mean, Thea is hot, but I mean, Pieter is way hotter. Woo. And all I gotta say about that is that ass. Yujiro Takahashi, you son of a bitch. Stealing my woman. Fuck you. That's all I gotta say about that. Let me move on. All right, there we got a recap of Randy Orton as Monotonous Voice. Speaking about Bray Wyatt last week. And then we go to break. We come back with the ever popular Firefly Funhouse jingle. So out comes Bray Wyatt in his Christmas sweater, which is now available on WWEshop.com for that low price. I don't know how much it is. I'm not going to get it. I could get it if I had the money, but I don't. So we see his little buddies at ringside. We have Mercy the Buzzard, Ramblin' Rabbit, and Huskus the Pig. And they're behind the barricade, laughing it up. Anybody notice the handlers? You know, when Bray was talking, we see the handlers. You know, they're trying to hide behind the barricade, and we see them. Great camera work there, WWE. Really exposing that, dumbasses. That's gonna be on Botchamania. So anyway, Bray gets the mic, says hello to us, saying it's nice to see us, smiling faces. Every time I see your smiling face. So he's all happy. He's like, oh, I'm so happy to see you guys. I missed you. Then he starts getting serious and he apologizes to Randy, says he thinks it's all some giant misunderstanding. He says sometimes he, meaning the Fiend, has a sick, twisted mind of his own, and he wants to finish what they started last week in their match. He talks about their match on Sunday, and after Orton takes on him, he's not sure what would be left of Randy. There will be no fun and games come TLC, just sadness and pain. You know, he was getting serious. Then he gets back to happy Bray. He says, I got some jokes for the house. And really basically for his puppets. So he talks about, he just does some corny fucking jokes. I mean, it was like, how do snakes wash their car with windshield vipers? The other one was how tall is a snake? And he says how does snakes measure themselves? And he says in inches because they don't have any feet. I mean, really, did Bruce write that? Or Vince write that? Who thought of that? Who wasn't Bray? Those were corny jokes. You know, the fucking puppets laughing up a storm. And then Randy Orton, his voice comes on the Tron. He's pissed. He says the Fiend gave him a chance to stare him face to face. And after he Gilmore cuttered Wyatt last week, something changed and he appeared. And he says for the first time in a long time, Orton was outmaneuvered, not by Bray, but by him. And he knows how much Bray loves to play games, and he can't help himself to play a game of his own. So he offers Wyatt to extend the field trip, pay Orton a visit, and he asks Bray if he wants to play a game of hide and seek. So Bray's like, yeah, I love games. Okay, let's do it. Now, so we're gonna see what happens with that situation a little bit. So I gave this segment 2.25 out of 5 stars, and that's pretty much it. So we'll see what happens a little bit later on. And that's that. All right. All right, then we get to match number 5. We get a good buddy, the man who sticks his thumb up his butt, Ricochet, without Dana Brooke, taking on Mace, Dio Madden of Retribution. We had Ali on commentary. We saw Reckoning, Mia Yim there with Shane Thorne, Slapjack, and T-Bar, Dominik Dijakovic there. So they're in full force. Match was nothing to write home about. Nothing great. Basically, Dio was beating him. Mace was beating him up. Ricochet then slaps him. So Mace sends him into the corner, hits a big splash. Then a big leg lariat for a near fall. I liked how Ali basically owned Byron Saxton. Good job, Ali. Great job. Got my support. So Ali calls Byron Saxton a corporate puppet and asks him to talk about the wins. There hasn't been many wins for Retribution lately, but it is what it is. Ricochet comes back with a springboard dropkick off the top. He ducks under a clothesline, kicks at the legs. Ali starts, he gets a little cheap shot to Samoa Joe, saying he's sitting in Mace's chair. Okay. Ricochet with a standing shooting star press for a near fall. And then Ali demands Slapjack go in an attack. Ricochet bounces off and kicks him. Then T-Bar gets sent to the apron. Ricochet sent flying. Basically me and him just standing there looking pretty. While this is going on, Mace is waiting. Hits a set-out powerbomb for a near fall. So Ali gets pissed, tells Mace to shut him down. Mason hits a sidewalk slam variation for the 1, 2, 3. So Retribution gets some retribution back on Ricochet, and that's basically it. Match was gave it 2 out of 5 stars. Afterwards, they enter the ring. They circle Ricochet. Ali says this ends when Ricochet joins Retribution, and then T-Bar sends Ricochet into the mat face first and starts screaming at him. So, eventually, this is eventually going to lead to Ricochet's heel turn. He's going to join Retribution. Not that it's going to matter. And that's basically all I got to say about that. And we're going to move on from there. That's that. So we'll see what happens with them going into next week. That's that. All right. Then we see Bray Wyatt backstage. He sees Matt Riddle. He says, "Hi, Matt. How you doing?" He says, "Hi, Riddle. What's going on?" And Wyatt, it's Bray. So Riddle says the future is pronouns. And he has a whiteboard to expose it. He thinks a lesson on pronouns on the Firefly Funhouse will be a great idea. But he's like, well, that's all fine and dandy, but I'm kind of busy. But good luck with that. Riddle's like, okay, dude, I'm going to have a bronut. And then we see Ramblin' Rabbit. And Riddle says he reminds him of Baby Yoda. And then calls Ramblin' Rabbit Baby Broda. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, 1, 2, 3. Man, at least they didn't call him Gargoo. Whatever his name is now. So Riddle asks him for an autograph on a carrot for his baby rabbit at home. Oh, God. This is sickening. And I like Riddle. He's star joke that he is right now. That's all I got to say about that. Horrible segment. I gave 1 out of 5 stars. Just a joke. That's that. All right, there we are informed by commentary that Lana will be not able to compete at TLC, and Asuka will be teaming with the popular mystery partner. We'll see what blah 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 blah, and that's that. All right, then we got the match number 6. Dana Brooke taking on Shayna Baszler in a mismatch. Match sucked. Shayna beating up on Dana, pulls the left arm, twisting the fingers, bending the elbow. Finally placing the fingers down on the mat. Tries to break her fingers. Dana escaped. Shayna rushes the corner with a knee, but Dana moved. Tries for a springboard elbow. Gets locked in the Q-fitted clutch. Dana tries to get out of it with a back elbow. She rolls out, turns, hits an insecurity to Shayna, then hits a clothesline. Then she goes to the top rope. Nia Jax shows her off the corner for the disqualification. So Dana Brooke wins by disqualification. I didn't give two flying fucks. So I gave this match a good old-fashioned dud. 0. Afterwards, Nia and Shayna start beating up on Dana. But then Mandy Rose comes back from injury. She comes down with a kendo stick, smacks Nia over and over and over with it until Shayna comes in to kick her and take the stick away from her. But then Asuka comes out, and Asuka with a kick, Mandy with a kick, and then Asuka with a running knee in the corner to Nia. And then Asuka and Mandy help Dana back up. So we get that. So it looks like Asuka might be teamed up with either Dana Brooke or returning Mandy Rose. So one of them is going to win the belt. Obviously, I think it's going to be Asuka and Dana Brooke. They're going to win the tag team belts. And then maybe Dana turns on Asuka, maybe goes for the women's title, loses. And then eventually they'll be friends and everything, and then they'll somehow lose the belts. Not that I care, but I'm gonna get new women's tag team champions on Sunday. Asuka and Dana Brooke or Mandy Rose. They're gonna hold them for probably a little bit, and then whoever they lose to, I don't really care. That's that. So we'll see what happens on Sunday. Asuka does pick, and like I said, it probably will be Dana, and we don't give a fuck. And that's that. All right, then we get to another boring segment. We go backstage with our fool, our Truth. He says he was able to get a PS6. I think you meant PS5 there, Ron. PS6 is not even in right now. Not even a blip on the radar in Japan. It's gonna come out probably 2025, 26 maybe. That's coming. It is what it is. He's talking to somebody. I don't know who the hell he's talking to. He says nephew attention for excessive loitering, and he wants to make his nephew happy. I mean, what's the point? Can somebody really tell me what the fucking point of this fucking segment was? Can we all be in agreement that the 24/7 title needs to be destroyed? Put in a fucking dumpster, light it ablaze, or just throw it in the river, or throw it in the gutter. I mean, in the sewer. Someone just throw the fucking belt out. It's fucking garbage. Or send it back to Olive Garden, chop it up. That's what it basically is, the Olive Garden title. Or the Jobber title, because Jobbers fucking hold that belt. Just sad that Eric's part of that group. Everybody else I don't give two fucks about. And that's that. To make it even worse, Truth starts talking to Huskus, the pig. Bray comes in, tells Huskus not to talk to strangers. Then Truth asks Bray if Huskus is his son. And then he's like, "Oh, what a beautiful family that would be. That would be." Who writes this crap? Really, I want to know who's writing this crap. It had to be Bruce. I mean, really, Bruce Pritchard, you need to fucking retire. Get the hell out of the wrestling business, because your ideas are fucking horrible. Worse than Vince. Really? It's fucking horrible. You're fucking up Matt Riddle. You're fucking up Keith Lee. And now you're making R-Truth look like a fucking idiot. We all knew he was an idiot when he first came into WWE. Not like TNA. When it was fucking awesome. And they turned him heel and teaming with the Miz that was actually good when it was beating the crap out of Cena. Now it's a fucking joke. That's that. So I gave that a dud. Didn't give two flying fucks about that. But actually, now we get back to the show. Thankfully, after that crappy segment. We see Bray's looking for Randy Orton. Finds an door. Looks inside to see a rocking chair. Rocking. Huh, how fitting. He enters the room, stares at the chair. Then he sits down at the chair, thinking that maybe he's sitting down with Sister Abigail. I don't know. Then Bray starts breathing heavily. I don't know why. Randy is behind him. He attacks him. Obviously, that was going to happen. He starts beating down Bray over and over and over. Sends him crashing into a nearby box.
But that should have been romantic, you know?
And what was this up? Orton with an uppercut opens the box. Bray hits him with a right hand. Orton sends Bray into a door. Then he puts him in the box. Orton stomps Bray over and over and over. It slams the box shut. Then he grabs a gas can, pours the content over it. I mean, he just empties the entire freaking canister. Then he grabs a match, lights it ablaze, and kind of reminded me when he was in the in Bray Wyatt's house years ago. It was at WrestleMania 31 time. 31 I think it was, where Randy burned down Bray Wyatt's house. And so he lights the box ablaze. We all think Bray Wyatt's dead. But then the fire starts burning out because it wasn't a big fire. And then we see Bray, the Fiend, punch his way out of the burning box, locks in the mandible claw to Orton, slams him into a door. Then he chokes Randy out again as we commercial. So that's all I got to say about that. So we'll see what happens this Sunday in their match. And we'll see what happens. That's all I got to say about that. I think Randy will win, but we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. And we move on from we move on from there. And that's that. So I gave that probably the segment of the night, 3 out of 5 stars. And that's that. All right, then we got the match number 7, MVP and Matt Riddle. This lasted 48 boring seconds. Riddle wins with a floating bro 1, 2, 3 match I didn't give 2 craps about. So I gave it a dud. The show couldn't get any more worse, and that's that. That's that. All right, after that, we get to the final, thankfully, the final of the night. And pretty long segment to end the night, but it is what it is. They needed to fill time for that 48-second match. So we get Tom Stupid Idiot Phillips in the ring. He introduces AJ and Drew. AJ cuts a promo saying he will tell the world that he and Drew have never faced off before, never in a one-on-one match. So he did a little bit of homework. He found that it took Drew 19 years to get to the top and be champ. He wants to know how it's possible. How did it take 29 years? So he says, we saw it when he lost to Orton at Hell in a Cell. He doesn't think Drew can handle the pressure, and that's what's got to him. He mentions Drew beat Orton, got his title back a couple weeks ago, but it changed him. He's making mistakes, taking risks. He's like, why would you? Well, he asks, why would Drew take all those risks? And he says, when is the last time Drew volunteered for a TLC match? AJ doesn't think Drew has been in one. I don't think he has. AJ, on the other hand, defended that title at TLC a couple years ago and won. I forgot who he fought. Anyway, he says he knows what it takes to be champion. He's been champion way more times than Drew. He's got to take every table, ladder, and chair and break them all across Drew's back. He would do that. He tells Drew to kiss the title goodbye, and it's going to look, quote unquote, phenomenal around his waist. So Drew's listening on. He's like, "Ooh, that was a great speech, AJ. Very good. Great facts." You know. But he liked to bring some, present some facts of his own. He mentions they never wrestled before, and this is a match that he's always wanted. The fans ask him for years, wondering when this match will go down, and it's going to actually happen on Sunday. He talks about it being TLC. Drew's never been in one. He thought his goal was just to become champion, but he understands now that his goal is to remain champion. He says one thing to get to the top, but a whole other thing is to stay at the top. So he's like, he asks himself, who is Drew? He talks about AJ doing his homework. He should know. And Drew says he's the champion that led WWE through uncharted waters throughout 2020 through this fucking virus. He says he doesn't crack under pressure. He thrives. He's a diamond in that journey that AJ talks about that made Drew this way. He will tear AJ apart on Sunday. He says every man dies, but not every man truly lives. And on Sunday, he will do whatever it takes to remain the WWE champion. So Drew hands over the title. They're about to ascend to the rafters. AJ says it sounds like Drew's got it all together. Good for him. So the music plays, and AJ wonders if it's not just AJ Drew has to face. So in comes Miz and Morrison to attack from behind. They smack Drew with a ladder, then attack him. They corner Drew with stomps and some right hands. AJ backs him up, starts barking orders. AJ kicks him a bit. Miz continues the beat down. Drew sends AJ outside of the ring. Hits the Claymore to the Miz. Then he hits another one to the ladder. Ouch. He starts beating up AJ. Drew grabs the ladder, tosses it out of the ring. Looks like he's trying to break, more shit, like he broke the Titantron last week. He threw the Miz's fucking briefcase all the way up to the ramp and knocked out one of the LED screens. Good job there. So he's trying to break more equipment, because Vince has the money to buy more equipment. So Drew's like, I'll break some stuff, Vince. You got the money to buy new ones. Yeah, I got the money. I'm the champ. So he's about to go for the Claymore on AJ, but the big black diesel tosses the ring steps in the ring. AJ clips Drew, who is distracted, on the back of the leg, hits a phenomenal forearm. Then he starts stomping Drew, calls for the ladder. The big black diesel brings it into the ring on cue. Drew's up in the corner. AJ attacks him with the ladder, hitting him in the stomach, then in the head. Yeah, in the head. He drops the ladder on the back of Drew, asks for a chair. Gets it from the big black diesel. Smacks Drew over the back a bunch of times. Sets the ladder up in the corner, sends Drew into the ladder. And then the big black diesel sets up a table on the outside as AJ slides the ladder into the ring. Then he brings the table into the ring. AJ sends Drew through the table, shattering it into pieces. Then he climbs the ladder and grabs the WWE title at the end of the show. That's that. So that may be the result on Sunday. We'll have to see what happens with that. But it should be a pretty hard-hitting match. Lots of spots with the ladders and chairs and the tables. Probably a lot of broken tables. I think the big black diesel will get involved somehow. Sheamus might come out and try to help Drew, but I think it'll backfire. Then that might give AJ the win. I don't really see Miz cashing in, and if he does, he's probably gonna fail or another tease. But we'll see. So it could go any way. But if Drew does win, I could see him being really hurt, and Miz comes out, tries to cash in. I think Drew will eventually beat him and retain the title, and then go on to his next program, whatever that might be, going into the Royal Rumble. It could be Keith Lee. It could be Sheamus. It could be somebody else. I don't know. But I'm pulling for AJ, but I think Drew might retain. But we'll see. So that ends that. So I gave that segment 3 out of 5 stars. I think that and the Bray Wyatt Randy Orton segment were segments of the night. But this show was horrible. Wasn't really good, as all go home shows are. So my final rating for tonight, I'm gonna give it a good old fashioned Bret Hart 4 out of 10 because it was fucking horrible. I was thinking of giving it 2. I mean, really, really bad. I was gonna probably give it my lowest rating I ever given Raw, but I think the Bray Wyatt Randy Orton segment and the ending kind of bumped it up just a little bit. But so I gave it 4 out of 10 stars. But let me know what you guys thought down below in the comment section of the video. You can hit me up via Twitter and Instagram with your thoughts and opinions on Raw. And that's all I can say about that. So 4 out of 10 stars for a meaningless, crappy go-home show for Monday Night Raw. And we'll see what happens with the Raw side of things at TLC and on this Sunday. So we'll see what happens with that. All right, everybody, thank you for watching this video. Hope you like it. If you didn't, well, too bad for you. So don't forget to smash that like button to death. Hit that subscribe button on this channel and all my other channels as well down below. You can friend me on Facebook. I probably won't get back. I won't get back to you till the new year. But your best bet's follow me on Twitter at my Twitter link down down below. And now you can follow me on Instagram at my Instagram page at the God of Metal 99. So go to my page, follow me on Instagram, tell your friends, and all that other good stuff. So join my Instagram journey with me, and hopefully we'll get to 100 followers by the end of the year. Almost halfway there right now. Got about 34, 35 followers already. And I just opened my page yesterday, so almost halfway there in about almost 2 days. Not bad. So we'll get that. So join me on Instagram. Follow me on Twitter. And that's pretty much it. Do a video reply if you wish. You can send me a message on Instagram or on Twitter with your questions if you have any, or any concerns, or anything you want to talk about in the professional wrestling or anything in the world. Blah 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 blah. And that's pretty much all I got to say about that. So that's it. So that ends Monday Night Raw. So we'll see what happens this Wednesday night on AEW. Should be a pretty good show, as always. And we got NXT this week. We got the return of Killer Cross in action with the lovely Scarlet Bordeaux at ringside. So we'll get him back, see what happens with him and Finn Balor. And maybe with Damian Priest as well. We'll see. And some other stuff happening on NXT. So Wednesday should be a pretty good night of action. And then this Friday, SmackDown on FS1, not on Fox. So for all you people that have FS1, good for you. But if you don't have FS1, either go watch it on the WWE Network for that low price of $9.99, or watch it on a free stream, or do whatever you want. And that's that. And that's it. And then this Sunday, TLC, I'll be hopefully doing my predictions probably that Sunday. I'm going to try to get it early. I'm going to try to do my AEW review Wednesday night, NXT on hopefully Thursday, SmackDown hopefully on Friday, and then either late Saturday night or maybe early Sunday, I'll do depending if I work on Sunday, I'll do my TLC predictions. And then if I do work Sunday, I'll do my late night TLC review. Get you caught up on all the action. And then we get to Christmas week with the Christmas edition of Monday Night Raw and the Christmas edition of AEW and NXT. And then I don't know if SmackDown is going to be on Christmas, because it falls on Christmas. So I don't know It's not gonna be. It's obviously not gonna be live. So we'll see what happens with that. Um, the same thing for New Year's Day SmackDown. I know it's gonna be. I think both are gonna be taped. Or it's gonna be best of shows. I don't know what's gonna happen, but we'll see what happens with that as WWE ends the year, and that's pretty much it. So wrestling is slowly ending the year. New Japan Pro Wrestling just finished the Super J Cup, which I believe El Phantasmo won. So they're gearing up for Wrestle Kingdom in 3 weeks. That's gonna be fucking epic. Night 1 and 2. That's gonna be awesome. I can't wait for that. And then New Year's Dash on January the 6th, going up against NXT New Year's Evil and AEW New Year's Smash Night 2. That's going to be a big night of action. Holy crap. So we got that. January, I think that same weekend is TNA Genesis 2021. See what happens with that. And then later on in January, we got TNA Hard to Kill, their first pay-per-view of the year. And then the end of January, we got the Royal Rumble from the Thunderdome in Tropicana Field, with fans or without. See? And we will get into 2021. And then we'll start talking about WrestleMania 37. We'll start talking about the G1 30 or 31, I think it's up to now. Start talking about the G1. We're just going to actually start on time this year. Next year, I should say. Probably in June or July. Start talking about that. Start talking about SummerSlam. Where that's going to be. Probably in the I don't know where that's going to be. Because I don't think they're going to be at the Thunder. They're going to be in Tropicana Field probably through April, I think. And then after that, who knows where it's going to be. Because baseball's coming back. A lot of the baseball team's going to be in the stadiums. So WWE's going to have to find a new home. Where that's going to be, I don't know. But we'll find out in the next 3-4 months. And that's that. Hopefully this fucking virus ends by then, but it's not. Hopefully the vaccine actually works. It's got some side effects. I mean, the first responders are already getting it now. I think the general public will be getting it probably either the next couple of weeks or by the beginning of the year. So we'll see what happens with that. Hopefully the infection rate goes down and the vaccine actually fucking works, so we can get through this. We can get back to some normalcy. Have some concerts coming back. Wrestling can go back to the arenas. We get fans coming back to all the sporting events and all that shit. We can go back to the movies. Go back to back to indoor dining and outdoor dining and all that other good shit. Get back to some normalcy. Hopefully, either in the summer of 2021 or maybe by the end of 2021. Hopefully, but we'll see. So hopefully this vaccine is a success, but as of right now, still got a little ways to go, and there are some side effects, but nothing lethal or anything like that. Not lethal, but lethal. What it is. So we'll see what happens with that. All right, everybody. Thank you for watching this video. Have a great rest of your night. Go to sleep if you're in the Northeast. If you're in the West, start getting ready to go to bed or having a late night snack or a drink or whatever you're gonna have. I'm gonna finish my agua and then maybe do some things on my phone and then get a little bit of shut eye and then get up on Tuesday and do my chores and whatever I gotta do, because I really don't got much to do. I do get a doctor appointment, but not that I care about it. But so I got that in the afternoon, and then really got nothing to do Tuesday. I'm gonna do a video about the passing of Zeus, so I'll get that out of the way. And anything else comes up on Tuesday, I'll be here to bring it to you. And that's that. And then we get ready for Wednesday, this big snowstorm in the Northeast. Hopefully I don't lose power, and hopefully I can watch it. I probably won't be able, depending on how bad the snowstorm is, it probably might knock out my satellite, so I might miss AEW. And like I said, hopefully I still have power by then. Who knows? So Wednesday you may or may not get an AEW review. I don't know. If the power goes out, I don't know when I'll get it back. So hopefully, praying that this big snowstorm doesn't knock out my power, and I can do what I gotta do. I gotta probably shovel and I gotta throw some salt on the ground, get some melting, so I can actually go to work on go to my doctor appointment on Thursday, and go to work on Thursday. It's gonna be a complete mess. And same thing for Friday and this whole coming weekend. The melting process will slowly start happening, and then next week we got Christmas, my birthday on Christmas Eve, and then Christmas. Thankfully, I have days off. That's awesome. So I might be working a short week next week, but we'll see. So hopefully, getting your last minute Christmas stuff. As Rose is talking about a song, talking to her good friend. I don't know who that is. I don't care. Shut up, woman. And that's pretty much all I got to say about that. So that's it. Thank you for watching this video. Give it a good old-fashioned thumbs up. And if you don't like it, well, fuck you. Thank you for the views and thank you for the dislikes, because that's all you can do is troll and act like complete jackasses with no lives. That's all I got to say about that. So fuck you, and oh yeah, fuck you. Keep the dislikes coming, because that's all you can do. Is you can't do anything. You're gonna get blocked. And if you don't like it, well, too bad, because you can't do anything about it. And that's all I got to say about that. So smash the like button, share the video all over the internet. Don't forget to hit that bell to get notified of when I do a video, so you stay in the loop and don't miss anything. And like I said, friend me on Facebook. Check me out and follow me on Twitter at my Twitter link down below. And hit me up on Instagram. Link to, not the link, but my handle is down below in the description box at thegodofmetal99. So follow me on Instagram. Let's get to 100 followers pretty quickly, and we'll see what happens with that. All right, everybody, thank you for watching. I'm going to edit this video and go to bed. So thank you for watching. See you guys tomorrow with my rest in peace video to Zeus. And if anything else comes your way, I'll be here. And that's that. So enjoy tomorrow, everybody. Have a great rest of your night. I'm Peter Gomez signing off. Peace out. Rock on. And like I said, if you're not down with that, I got 3 words for you. Fuck you, man. And that's all I got to say about that. Thank you for watching. Good night, everybody. Peace. Beaches.